Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I've got another walkthrough for you here this time. We're going to be playing Disgaea Hour of Darkness. That's the original. I did notice that there's a new version of Disgaea out. I think it's called the Complete Edition. It seems like it's on. I think it's on Steam. Don't quote me on that, though. I haven't really looked that much into it. Hopefully, it's not like. Hopefully, I'm not totally lying and it's like just consoles only or something, but. It did look interesting. I mean, it looks nicer, right? Like the graphics are updated a little bit, especially in like menus. But I'm just gonna go with the old classic PlayStation version. This was the game that I originally picked up, I guess right when it came out. Yeah, so like 2003 it says. I think Disgaea is one of the cuter games of the PlayStation era that I've played. Um, it's a tactical based game, tactical RPG. Uh, not really quite like I would say that there's some major differences between some of the more popular tactical RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's still a cute game. It's all about big numbers, right? Like it's all about leveling super high and having insane amounts of strength and attack power and defense, as opposed to, I mean, it's got some serious stat bloat, I guess is what what I would say. But it is a fun game. So let's start a new game. I'll actually end up picking up. I'll continue eventually after I do kind of like the opening, but because I've already done a ton of stuff in my Laharl is like level 3000 or something like that right now, and I'm not going to redo all of that because it's a lot of work, and I don't think that in terms of making videos, you're going to get that much out of watching me go through, like item worlds hundreds of times. So let's start this up.
King Kridrevskoy, the mighty ruler of the Netherworld. His long reign came to an abrupt end as the news of his death spread throughout the Dark Land. Ambitious demons rose one after another to seize the opportunity. And thus began the age of turbulence and anarchy. 2 years later,
Prince, wake up! This brat just won't wake up. Well, if that's the case, there's only one thing left to do.
What fool dares awaken me, the great Laharl?
Prince! I'm glad you're still alive.
Who said I was dead? I was just taking a nap. Anyways, why are all those weapons behind you?
Well, I was having a hard time waking you up.
Are you sure you weren't trying to kill me instead?
No, I mean, yes, I just wanted to wake you up.
Whatever. So, what is it? You better have a good reason for waking me up.
Oh, yeah. Big news. Your father, King Kridrevskoy, has died.
He what? When?
2 years ago.
Wait a second. So, you're telling me that I've been sleeping for over 2 years?
Yup.
Yup. Why didn't you wake me up earlier?
Excuse me, but what do you think I've been doing all this time? The Netherworld has gone to hell while you were sleeping. It's not my fault if some other demon steals the title of Overlord.
What? Have they forgotten whose title they're trying to steal? How bold of them! I shall show no mercy, for I am Laharl, the rightful heir to the throne!
Your humble vassal Etna will accompany you.
Episode 1, Prince of the Netherworld.
Okay, let's get started here. So here's the scene of the crime. Let's head downstairs here. I don't think there's anything in the first room. Back behind the throne, I think there's a switch. Yeah, there's a switch. Do you press it? Yes. That is one of at least 2 switches. I don't know if there's more than that off the top of my head, but the switches unlock Etna's room, so we'll do that here. Let's talk to Manti. It's just like you, Prince, taking a 2-year nap. I only planned on napping for about 10 days. Something's not right. Something's not right indeed. Well, the royal vassals left the king shortly after the king died. Even with me still around? Well, you were sleeping. They must have forgotten about you. Okay. Golek the golem. There's Dratty the dragon. Oh, well, looks like I wasted my time digging that grave for you. I'll put you in that grave instead. Yeah, this game has got some really good humor to it. Alright, who's this here? Oh. In order to prevent intruders, I've closed all the gates. Please talk to the dimensional gatekeeper if you'd like to leave the castle. Yeah, whatever. You probably just wanted to watch the gate. Gargoyle the gargoyle? I see. Here's a Goss the ghost. Good morning, Prince. How are you feeling? Couldn't be worse. My body feels really stiff from sleeping too much. Why don't you warm up on the tutorial map? Go see the dimensional gatekeeper and she'll send you there. Maybe I will. All right, here's Longinus. Is there a problem, Prince? I, Longinus, am at your service, Prince. Would you like to know about a weapon? Let's just see here. What does it say about the sword? Sword is a typical weapon for battle. Normal attacks with the sword do not have any distinctive characteristics. However, the special techniques learned with the sword vary greatly, so they will be useful in many situations. In general, they are easy to use, but not very powerful and require a lot of SP. Okay, well, I'm not going to go through the rest of the weapons. So, for Laharl, I always use a sword. Maybe it's because he starts out with one. And then for Etna, same thing. I actually go with a spear. Mostly probably because she starts with a spear. But I love the item descriptions for these items, too. The common sword. Go buy something better. Common spear. Cheapest spear ever. Blech. Alright, let's go into the next area here. Alright, tutorial. Items can be purchased from the Rosen Queen Company Netherworld branch. Each character can equip up to 4 items. A character can equip 1 weapon and 3 other items, such as armor. Monsters can only equip weapons from the monster-only weapons category. It is best to equip a weapon that suits a character's inherent strengths. Yeah, so let's see here. Let's see what it says about Laharl. Laharl has an A. You can see the weapon mastery there. It's A in fist, sword, spear, bow. He's got a really bad gun mastery. He's got A for axes and then B for staves. So there, yeah, I mean, Laharl is good with almost everything. Etna has an A in spears and axes, so I guess that's probably why I went with spears. B in a bunch of the other stuff. C in guns. Yeah, so she's pretty close to Laharl's abilities. Now, I thought, is it the skull that's got another switch? Yeah, there's a switch. Boom. Alright, now let's go see if we can get into Etna's area here. So Etna's area is right up here in this corner. Alright, so it says my memory. This is my secret chamber. Only I know how to get in here. It's where my most precious memories were locked away that I remember, but I can't remember what they were. When I try to remember, my heart aches. This pain is proof of how dear those memories are to me. I have to get them back. So Etna's memories, this is kind of like a little hidden area. Obviously, you need to hit the 2 switches to get in there, but more memories will unlock as the game progresses, from what I remember anyway. So yeah, so that's and that's part of Etna's side story. She's got some issue with her memories, and she wants to get them back. All right, so here's the Rosen Queen. I think this is the weapons guy, or is this this is the armor guy. Right, we here at Rosen Queen work hard day and night to offer a selection of merchandise that characters want? Our customers want. Our selection is constantly changing. If you don't find something you want, try coming back at a later time. Please take your time. Generally, every time, or what actually ends up happening here is every time you talk to this guy, his kind of inventory refreshes. Right now, you can see I've got these are all pretty much junk items. You've only got you only have 300. And I think that's Hell. That's HL. I think that's the currency in this game. So this guy sells, it looks like armor for right now. And then it's, some restoration type items. So like mint gum. This will restore 40 HP in battle. This will restore 100 HP. The unopened drink will restore SP. That's kind of like your magic power, or, the ability power, like the currency that you use to, use abilities, is SP in this game. Fairy dust cures all ailments, so that's all status effects. And then stealing hand are items that you can use from your inventory to actually steal items from your enemies. These are actually pretty good. The funny thing is, it's not just thieves though that can steal. That's like the scout class, which I don't think is actually unlocked right away. Maybe it is, but I can't remember. But actually, all of your other characters can steal as well. I don't know about monsters. I guess I haven't tried with monsters, but the steal formula is just generally you want to be higher level. And thieves do have a better, or like the scout classes do have a better chance to actually steal. So I guess just keep that in mind. And there's a lot of really good stuff to steal in this game. And then here's where the weapon shop is actually at. It says if you should equip characters like with the weapons that they're suited to. It says if you equip a warrior with a sword, his level of weapon mastery will quickly rise. You can have characters use weapons that are not best for them, but their weapon mastery will rise at a slower rate. Regardless of the character's ability with a sword, special techniques cannot be used unless a sword is equipped. It's best to focus on each character's specialties to start with. That's probably obvious, right? Use weapons that are suited for the character. There's kind of some exceptions, though. Like, I think swords just generally... If you just want to try to level characters up and you have a really powerful sword, just throw the sword on them. Sure, their weapon abilities won't rise quickly, but that's not really why you're equipping that weapon in the first place, right? It's really just because it's so strong. And so if you want to level characters, that's really good to do it like that. Okay, let's talk to, who's this one? What's Pris? Tutorial for beginners. Many features in this game, like the Dark Assembly and the item world. Ask the appropriate people for more info. Don't worry, you can still beat the game with minimal knowledge. Yeah, that's probably true. All right, plein air is the Dark Assembly. I don't know if we can do this quite yet. Yeah, the assembly is not currently in session, so we actually can't do anything with that quite yet. Here's the hospital. She'll heal you. Like if your characters get knocked down to 0 health, she can revive them. So it says, "Welcome to the Netherworld Hospital. Here we'll treat your wounds and heal any and all damage you may have taken. We will of course charge you accordingly. You can earn prizes based on the total HP and SP that have been recovered. So please go get thrashed in battle." Okay. As of right now, we're at full health, so there isn't going to be any issues there. Here's Zombie. The zombie. Eat, sleep, and do anything you want all day. It's so good to be a demon. Have you ever thought of working for me? Of course not. Here's the item world. I think this is locked off for the time being. Yeah, we're not open yet. So we actually need to speak with the dimensional gatekeeper up here. But here's a tutorial here that says, have you saved yet? When you want to save, press the triangle button to open the menu and select save. You can only save in the overworld's castle. Once you've entered an area map, there's no turning back, so be careful. Well, let's do this. I'm the dimensional gatekeeper. I will input the coordinates for your desired destination, Prince, and you will instantly be transported there. Please select where you would like to go. Alright, so let's do the tutorial. It's like Battle Basics 1.
Now then, time for a little warm-up. I feel a little rusty.
A prince, we've got company. How convenient.
Stray demons, huh?
Allow me, Prince. You may be a little out of practice after your long slumber. Don't worry, I came prepared. Come on, Pretty Squad! Get your butts out here now! So, Prince, what do you think of this Pretty Squad I hired? They're my loyal servants. They'll do anything I say.
Are you sure about that?
See? They're loyal.
Does it make sense to beat up your allies before a battle? Anyways, I think we've made those demons wait long enough already.
Hey, you're right. How nice of them to be so patient.
Yeah, that's considerate of them. To show my appreciation, I'll only beat them half to death.
Oh, you're so kind. If I were you, I'd have beat them all the way to death.
Kind? Stop that! That word gives me goosebumps! Damn it! I take it back! I'm gonna beat them all the way to death!
He's still a kid, so quick-tempered. It looks like carrying out my plan will be a lot easier than I thought.
Hmm? You say something!
Oh, nothing at all. So, what are your orders, Prince? You do remember how to fight, right?
Okay, so here's the tutorial on the basics of battle. Just in case you forgot, let me explain the basics of battle. Move the cursor over the base panel and press X to select the characters you wish to dispatch. Alright. If you want to cancel an order to dispatch a character, move the cursor over that character and press O. Or circle, I guess. Technically, B for me, because I'm actually playing on an emulator and using an Xbox controller. So, for example, if you press circle here, jump, you can cancel the action. Now, let's issue a command to a dispatched character. First, move him or her next to an enemy. And select attack. You've now assigned an action, however, the character won't attack immediately. If you want to execute the actions which you've assigned, open the menu and select either execute or end turn. In this case, let's pick execute. See, the character attacked. Assign actions, triangle, execute. Remember this, you'll be using it a lot. If you assign actions to multiple characters, they will be executed in the order that you assign them. Be careful, you can't cancel actions once you've chosen to execute them. After you're done issuing commands, open the menu and end your turn. It will then be the enemy's turn. Oh, Laharl down. Ow, why do I have to be the one to do this? I'm the next overlord, for crying out loud. That was an example of something not to do. Only an idiot would rush straight into the enemy alone. You made me do it. Characters killed in battle, like our prince here, can be revived by paying hell to the castle's hospital. That's the currency. If all your dispatched characters are defeated, the game will be over. So the basic idea is to gang up on one character and beat the living daylights out of him, huh? Exactly, Prince. Remember to use your head next time. You're the one who told me to do it. Team attacks sometimes occur when allies are positioned next to attacking characters. If several characters attack the same enemy in a row, a combo will result and greater damage will be dealt. If you want to know more, press triangle and select help from the menu. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to take Laharl here. Let's move Etna up here too. We'll just see if I can do some of these combo attacks. Oh, so the first time I played, my printies were named differently. They must be randomly generated whenever you start a game. So here you have it. Chance of a team attack here with Etna is only 50%, and then Olive is 60%. So let's try this. And it only went with the printy this time. Boom, boom. Actually, I love the printies. I think they're hilarious. Come on, dude. All right, so let's bring we'll bring Etna here. Let's see if Etna can. Oh no, she can't. She can't trigger a combo attack with Laharl right there. I'm not really sure why. I feel like it should, but whatever. Bring Olive over here to the side. This one here, and Couture here. I don't know if the one in the back will work, but yeah, actually it does look like all three of them will. All right, so 50% chance for all of them, and I only get one. All right. Dude. Alright, and then we can just cancel all their actions because I haven't actually taken an action with any of them, and so we're able to actually basically move them again, right? Pretty, dude. Okay. Oh, look at this. Might be able to get one more team attack here. I need to use the printies more often. I miss them. Alright, let's see here. Move Etna over here too. Execute that. Only got the one printy again in on the combo. That's fine, I guess. Oh, he's stuck here? Huh, okay, well, whatevs. Alright, that's that. And boy, was that. It feels bad to do so little damage. Alright, up to Battle Basics 2. Yeah, let's do this. Actually, yeah, it looks like we have to. More stray demons. How annoying. I wish I could just toss them. Well, why don't you? You can? Tutorial on lifting and throwing. For our ignorant prince, let me explain the commands lift and throw. Situations like this, when you're too far for your attacks to reach, pick up a character by selecting lift. And don't forget leg day. Hey, stop it, Etna. Then select throw. You'll have to decide on a direction and distance too. I'll throw you next to the enemy. There we go. Oomph. See, that covered a lot of ground. Now you're able to attack. You can use lift and throw on both allies and enemies. Keep in mind that only humanoid characters can use lift and throw. Monsters can't do it. If By making good use of these commands, you can extend your attack range. This is also kind of why I generally don't use monsters. Every once in a while, I'll make a monster, but I just don't like the limitations that come along with monsters. By making good use of these commands, you can extend your attack range. This is very helpful in moving around on some maps, so don't forget it, especially the item world. There are other uses for the commands besides covering ground, like holding an enemy so he or she can't move, saving injured allies from danger, etc. By the way, Prinnies will explode when they're thrown, so handle them with care. Dude, you gotta be kidding. And if you throw an enemy at an enemy, there may be other fun uses waiting to be discovered. Try experimenting. Yeah, throwing enemies at enemies levels them up. That's it. I'm gonna throw you next time. Oh, and one more thing. A character can take damage if the turn ends and he or she is still holding someone. That's a fun defensive tactic, though. If you're, facing something that's, able to do a ton of damage to you, you can pick it up instead so that it actually can't take an action on its turn. I'm just going to end turn here. I'm going to have Laharl do a lot of this. I actually don't really care that much about throwing and all that. We don't really need to do it. Ooh. Alright, so here we've got Blade Rush now. Let's try this. I don't know, pretty weak. Blade Rush isn't that strong. It's nice, though, because you notice the attack range was pretty decent, right? It's like 3 squares out from where you're at, and then the 4th square needs to be empty so that you can jump back. Oh, look at that, I still have enough. Alright, so we'll Blade Rush these guys. Boom. Oh! Take that. Alright. That note with the spear should be able to hit this guy. Yeah, the spear range is decent, right? It's actually a lot like the other tactical games, Final Fantasy Tactics. What was that other one I put? Stella Deus, functions similarly, right, where the spear can reach a little bit farther. Actually, I think even like Triangle Strategy too. Now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, a lot of games that you can actually have better range with those spears. How dare you attack Edna? Alright, let's see here. Nope. Laharl didn't get in on the action there, unfortunately. But that's okay. Alright, a little bit of bonus experience there, that was really low. Alright, so here's the geo effect. This is really important. Geo effects are really good ways to boost up your bonus gauge. Geo panels, interesting. These are geographical features that are attuned to the elements of the universe. Crystallization of those elements results in geosymbols like the one right here. Well, that doesn't explain anything, so let me clarify a few things. Alright, so here's the tutorial. It says, let me explain GeoFX system, which will heavily influence battle. Take a good look at the colored panels on the area map. Notice that enemy boost plus 50% is displayed at the top of the screen. This means that when an enemy is on a blue panel, his or her attack and defense will be powered up by 50%. This is not good for you, so it's wise to get rid of this effect. You might be wondering, where does it come from in the first place? Why, looky here. I just found an object labeled Enemy Boost on this blue panel. This guy's the culprit. How obvious was that? This object is called the geosymbol, and as long as it's on a colored panel, all panels of the same color will be affected. Let's toss it somewhere. Thump. The effect Enemy Boost is no longer on any of the blue panels, but now it's on the red panels. Huh? The geosymbol is now affecting the red panels. That doesn't change much. Let's just destroy it then. Oh, before we do that, do you see 2 blue displayed in the geosymbol stats window? Remember that. Now it's time to attack. Go ahead, Prince. Plunk. Huh? The red panels are now blue. Remember the 2 blue in the status effects window? This is what it was referring to. Destroying a blue geosymbol will turn all panels, which are the same color as the one it was on, blue. Damage will be dealt to anyone standing on one of those panels at the time, so be sure to take that into consideration. No damage will be dealt if you destroy a blue geosymbol on a blue panel. No panels will change color either. You can build up your bonus gauge by changing the color of geopanels. If you're able to use what you've learned to destroy all geopanels, then you will receive a panel termination bonus. All of this relates to a term I used before, geoeffects. That's pretty complicated. You're right, it is. It might be a good idea to start off by destroying only the harmful geosymbols. Nullifying all the panels is for experts who understand the concept of geoeffects completely, and you're not one of them. Mean. What'd you say? Not all geosymbols have negative effects. When you get the chance, you should try to take advantage of the useful ones. Lastly, press the select button to turn the geopanel display on or off. I don't know why you would ever want to turn that off. Maybe there's a reason, but... Okay, what do we have here? Hell plus 50% to the yellow symbols. You got EXP 50% on red panels, defense on the blue panels. So we're getting defense on the null symbols. The blue symbol is doing the experience. Let's bring Laharl up here and just hit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to destroy this geo symbol, which is going to turn all of these symbols into. It's going to turn all the red symbols to blue symbols. What else do I want to do here, though? Let's use Etna here and throw this onto a red symbol. There we go. So it's going to turn everything blue, and it took out that other geo symbol as well. Oh, actually, and the yellow one. Boom! There's the termination, which killed off that other enemy too. Well, that was pretty easy. It almost killed Etna, but she ended up living. And then again, because I took out all the geo symbols and wiped everything out, we get a lot of bonus to our gauge as well. So yeah, not too bad. Probably I wonder if there's a better way to do that though. There probably is. It's probably by actually taking out the yellow symbol, and then yeah, you probably actually want to hit the yellow symbol first, and then have everything turn yellow, or whatever panels the yellow symbol's on turn to yellow, and then you chain that with the blue one next, and then the null symbol last, which takes out all the rest of the panels. But I don't we only have 2 characters to work with right now, so starting to get the hang of things again. Okay, then, are you ready to request some allies at the Dark Assembly? There you get to create characters who will become your loyal pupils. Loyal pupils? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. All right, let's go. Yeah, now we have some mana to recruit, too. So, all right, so here's the tutorial on the Dark Assembly. Welcome to the Dark Assembly. Here you can create characters as well as submit proposals. In order to submit proposals, you have to have energy known as mana. You can gain mana by defeating enemies. If you want, you can use the mana you have right now to make a new character. A cleric might be useful for healing, while a warrior or brawler might come in handy when attacking. If Prince Laharl makes the characters, they will become his loyal pupils. Manage their growth carefully. Alright, let's do that. Let's summon the assembly. We'll have Laharl. Let's see, what all do we have here? We've got a promotion exam. I think you can go all the way up to like rank 11, and by raising your promotion level, it increases your rank, or by doing the promotion exam, it increases your rank, which then opens up more bills and more options. But as of right now, let's just create a new character. We'll do a... See who we've got. All right, so you've got Prinnies. You've got the 2 monsters that we've beat. Basically, monsters become available once you kill them in combat. So, as the game progresses, you'll be able to make or create more and more monsters. Here's the... And then most of the humanoids have 2 versions. You've got the male and the female. So, like, here's the 2 clerics. Here's the 2 caster classes. Or the 2 basic caster classes. And it's red, green, and blue. These guys are a little weird. And then in order to unlock the next class for the blue, or for the mages, the female mages anyway, you have to have 1 of each of these at level 5. I won't go through all of the different requirements, but mostly it's just you need to have things leveled to unlock, better versions of that class. Same with the green skull, or the skulls are basically just the male versions of the mages. Here's the 2 warriors. Here's the 2 brawlers. I'll just make a quick brawler here. So it says we've got 8 mana. We need 1 mana. And then unfortunately, though, the ability bonus, you actually have a -5 modifier. That means you have to actually take 5 stat points away. It doesn't really matter that much at the beginning of the game. But and then we can't make an incompetent character because it takes 10 mana and we only have 8. But the ability bonus, you don't have a negative modifier. You actually get +1. But and actually, that honestly probably is worth it. But just for the sake of getting this done, we'll just make one of these. I'm going to call it A for no real reason. And then here, like I was saying, you have to take 5 points away. So we'll just take that in speed. This isn't a character that I'm going to keep, so it doesn't really matter. And then you can see there the fist is at A. I'm sorry. Yeah, the fist is... The fist of A is A rank. That sounds funny. And so, yeah, they have their best aptitude is with the fist weapons. So that's the Dark Assembly. Let me see here. Hey, Prince, have you gone to the hospital? You should make sure you heal everybody after a battle. Treatment may not be free. It causes hell, but please heal us too, dude. Sami gave you 300 hell. Oh, look at that. What a nice guy. All right, so let's get treated. Yeah, Etna's a little low. So there, she's all treated up. Boom. Let's see. Do they have the item? Yep. So now the item world opens up. It says, the item world is one of the most dangerous places in the netherworld. Walk in unprepared and you may die. The topography, geopanels, and geosymbols change every time, so you might run into gaps in your path. Not to blame if you enter without an item to escape. And you don't get one right away. The escape item is called Mr. Jensi's Exit. You get those at the end of every 10th level. Yeah. And that's how you get out, if you want to get out early. Otherwise, you have to go to level 10, beat the enemies there, and then you can leave as well. I'm not going to go in, but and I won't do the explanation, but let's just see here. Okay, so here are the items that I could potentially go into. Let's just start with the mint gum here. It says, if you notice there on the side by the HP and the SP, you've got 2 gray dots. That's because there's 2 specialists on this item. One of them is a dietitian. That actually increases maximum HP. And then master gives maximum SP. Because this item is so low level, this item, if you pull the dietitian off and the master, you can actually move those the dietitian and the master over to another item, but it's only going to give you 1 point of max health and 1 point of SP on that new item, or on the other item, and you need to do that with the move residents. But you can't move residents until you've actually defeated the specialists in the item world. So you actually have to go in, beat them because they'll show up as enemies, then you can move them around. And then combine is basically just combines 2 of the same. So like if you've got 2 dietitians on the same item and you've suppressed them, right? You've gone into the item and actually and beat them. Then when you come back outside, you can combine those residents. Let's take a look here. I've added Virus Castle to the list of available areas. It is fairly new, so I do not know much about it. However, it is rumored that a very able man lives there. What you gonna do, Prince? Should we take a peek? Definitely. I'll slaughter the master of the castle as the first step to becoming overlord. Okay. Well, I'm actually not going to go into Virus Castle yet because I am going to quit out and I'll load up my game that is basically at this point in the story, but I've done a ton. I'll just kind of go over a little bit of that before I pick up the next video. So anyways, I've spent a ton of time already before I did anything with the story, though. So I took Laharl already up to level 3000. He's got like the best weapon in the game, which is the Yoshitsuna, which is a sword. It's amazing. The Super Robo Suit, I think, is technically the best piece of equipment in the game as well. The stats are insane on this. The Exodus, this is kind of, I mean, it's not a basic item, but it's one of the emblems. There's a bunch of different emblems in the game. Generally, these just have really good stats, but they're not specialized in any one thing, right? Like, it's just a good item overall because it's got, or increases all of the stats. Whereas, like, the Super Robo Suit, I mean, this one specifically has a lot of really good stats as well, but it really has a ton of defense, right? It's more of a piece of armor. And then the Accelerator I haven't done anything with, but it has an insane amount of speed. I can't remember what the speed stat is really good for, though. I don't really remember. It might be like avoidance, like dodging and stuff. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's dodging. What else? Yeah, so I'll just show you that. It's really Laharl was the only character that I did much of anything with. Etna's only level 72. And then I leveled up a bunch of different characters that I created so that I could unlock all the classes. So like, I'll go into my assembly though as well, so we can see all of the different characters that I've unlocked. So let's create a new character. So here is all of the male brawlers. So Eternal Fist is the final. I think it's 100. So you can take a brawler all the way to 100 and it will unlock all of these. Otherwise, if you can have a brawler and then I don't know, maybe you make a fighter next, right? And then you decide to take that one up instead. You still need to get to 100 if you want to unlock the Eternal Fist. And you can do whatever you want with that first brawler that you get, but it's just one of these classes needs to be 100 to unlock the final. And most of these classes will work that way, right? Where you need to, get all the way up to like 100 or 120. Maybe sometimes it's 150. The Divine Majin, though, or the Majin, this is a bunch of the male classes that have to be like level 200. It's like Warrior, Brawler, I think it's Scout maybe, and then maybe even Ninja. I can't remember though off the top of my head, but it's a lot of the male classes that you need to really level up. So here's the Scouts. These are great because they're able to mess around with geo panels. I'll probably go over that at some other point. Here's the Recruit. Recruits are very weird. These one of your characters has to have a level 30 gun rating or gun ability, and that's what unlocks the Recruit. So these are a very weird class in terms of unlocking. The Angel is related to the female class. I think it's, gosh, is it Archer? It might be like Archer, and then what is the like Knight or whatever? Here's all my monsters. Angel, yeah, it might be like the Ronin class. No, I'm sorry. I think it's like Knight and Archer or something like that. Maybe even the Cleric. I don't remember though. I'm rusty on unlocking. I'll probably go through. Maybe I'll make a separate video on unlocking all these classes. And then you've got all the monster stuff. And again, I already really went over those. The monsters are all, you just have to fight them and beat them, and that's what unlocks them. Yeah, it looks like I've got all of the monsters are unlocked, other than the Prinnies. There's a couple of Prinnies that I can't do anything. Because you don't run into Prinnies. At least not normally going through the item world. So That's the only thing that I haven't unlocked in terms of classes. The Majin is the toughest class to unlock. And like the Divine Majin, I think you have to have a level 500 Majin class. Which at that point, it actually does get pretty easy, but to get that high level, as long as you've got good equipment, right? And what was this thing called? Yeah, the Yoshitsuna. This thing is incredible, and once you've got this, it becomes really, really easy to level because, you know, you're gonna be basically one-shotting everything. So it gets really, really easy to level up. So. I think I will end this one here, though, because this one's getting really long. And I think probably what will happen here is I don't know if I'll do some tutorial or like some kind of like unlocking type videos. Maybe I'll do some item level or item world video as well. And then I'll just jump into the story, and I'll probably just, you know, smoke the story. Like, you know, everything is going to be really, really easy because I'm so leveled. So most of the storyline battles are just going to be a walk in the park. So probably the rest of the walkthrough is going to be, you know, mainly more like story oriented and maybe not so much battle oriented, because there's just not going to be anything that, you know, is really going to be a challenge in terms of the battles coming up. So anyways, that is going to be it for this one. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.